Hi, hello, welcome back to my channel. It is a new month and I've recently redid my TBR game board. It's not as cute as my first one. I think my first one might have flown off one of the vehicles when we were moving, or maybe one of the people helping out tossed it because they thought it was garbage. Either way, I made a new one. I made it just out of cardstock. I take the pieces together because I was not buying any more poster board, but it's still cute. It still works. It has new additions, so there are some new tiles to land on, and I have chance cards, which not only tell me which genre to read, but the cards can tell me if I have to write an extra day, add extra steps for a day, or even do fitness boxing. Some even have the ability to remove a chosen book that was already drawn. This just makes the stakes higher in terms of drawing a task card. Let's dive into my TBR, or rather, my hopefuls for February. So, first up, let's talk book club reads. This month, I am sticking to just the book clubs that I host because I either don't want to read any of the books offered or I'm just not ready for a reread. First up, the Spice Girls book club pick, which is I Accidentally Summoned a Demon by Jessica Cage. I have the ebook for it, but I might also listen to it through audiobook since that comes out on February 11th, and I have really been enjoying more immersive reading. It's a paranormal romance, and a lot of people have told me that they had such a fun time with the read and it was really humorous, and so I'm stoked about this one being February's win. Then, in A Hobbit's Guide to Adventure, we are reading Cinderella is Dead by Kalynn Bayron. I own the physical book and I borrowed the audiobook as well. This is a retelling and it's sapphic. I adore sapphic books so much. I bought this book at Second and Charles early last year, so I am happy to finally get a chance to pick it up and read it. In the Indie Book Nook, we are reading All She Ever Wanted by Sarah Limardo. The book was on my library's Hoopla when I added it to the roster, but it's not there anymore. I don't know if it's my library removing it from their catalog or if the author chose to opt out of the program. I do already own the ebook copy of this book, so I'm at least happy about that. It would be really unfortunate if the author did pull it from Hoopla since it's not enrolled in KU, but either way, a lot of us are really excited to read it. It's supposed to be Bridgerton meets Pirates of the Caribbean. Then, in my Discord book club, the Cursed Book Club, we are reading The Starlight Heir by Amalie Howard. I have the ebook for this and a hold waiting for the audiobook as well. I have read one book written by Amalie in the past, and I really enjoyed it, so I am looking forward to this one. I believe the book that I read by her previously was called Queen Bee. This is supposed to be a romantasy, which is a genre that I very much enjoy. Now for ARCs that I want to try and squeeze in this month. Rebel Witch by Kristen Ciccarelli. This is the conclusion to the Crimson Moth duology. I read the first book shortly after I moved into my house. Book one, Rune, who is a witch, is like trying to seduce Gideon, who is a witch hunter, to get information because she's trying to rescue all these witches before they're put to death. But somewhere along the line, she develops feelings for him. A lot of stuff happens in book one. And so, book two, she's facing a very impossible choice. And I am so ready to read what happens. I will be reading the ebook of this one. To You at the Altar by Rebecca Thorne is another arc I want to get to. I was given the ALC of this book. This is book three of the series, another sapphic read. Can't Spell Treason Without Tea helps me fall back in love with reading and really brought me out of such a dark space. I adore this series so much. The last arc on my hopefuls list is Our Infinite Fates by Laura Steven. I have both the ebook and ALC of this book. The line, "They loved each other in 1,000 lifetimes. They've killed each other in every one," was all I needed to hear to be interested. For additional reads, I'm going to use my TBR-opoly board to pull 4 books from my TBR. My first roll is Bloodmarked by Tracy Deonn. I'm very excited about this pick. I have been saying I need to get this one read for a long time. It was a book I got for my birthday about 2 years ago. It's about time. Book 3 drops on March 4th. The second role was The Nameless Trickster by Rebecca F. Kenney. I have been wanting to read this one since its release, but never got around to it. I even went to a book event to get the hardback version and get it signed. It's a spicy Rumpelstiltskin retelling. Book 3, I landed on a sports romance, so I'll be reading Skating the Blue Line by Jocelyne Soto. I believe I got this one during a Stuff Your Kindle Day event. The audiobook is also available to listen to through Hoopla. And last but not least, book 4 is Fear the Flames by Olivia Rose Darling. I have the audiobook of this one, and I will be borrowing the ebook to immersive listen. Fear the Flames was originally published as indie, then it got picked up by Trad. I didn't land on any chance spaces, so everything I drew stays the same and no extra tasks for February. I did forget to record my writing day roll. It landed on Thursdays, so Thursday evenings I will be sitting down to write for a minimum of an hour. Hopefully, I can finish one of the drafts for either of my books I'm working on so I can start edits. I'm like so close to finishing From the Ashes and Once Upon a Wilding Rose. I just have not been motivated to wrap those up. I have a total of 11 books that I am hoping to get read for the month of February. I'm excited to read all of them and hopefully really start digging into all the books that I own. Thank you so much for watching and see you next time.